Hey guys, it's Evan here, and welcome, finally, to the Q&A number 2. I know I've taken forever to do this. I apologize for that. I am a very lazy person, but it's finally here. We're finally doing it. So how's this going to work? I'm not actually going to answer every single question. Basically, what I've decided to do is there are a few questions that really stood out to me that I really do want to answer for you guys, and then the rest of them, right here, basically I'm going to fold those up, put them into this thing, and then pick a couple of them. I don't know how many. I'm going to try to make it so the video does not go over 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to pick a few out of there, answer those, and then all of the rest will actually be on my Facebook page, Vigilante Cosplay, facebook.com/Vigilante Cosplay. I'm going to put those in a note there. Link for that will also be down in the description, and you guys can go and check it out there. So yeah, going to go ahead and fold these, put them in the jar thing, and then I will see you guys in a second. Alright, let's do this. So I've gone ahead and, gotten the separated questions, the ones that I definitely want to answer. So we are just going to jump right on into that. Okay, first question is from Lanshikufa1. Awesome. Anyways, it says, Evan, I'm one of your biggest fans and I've been watching since your Spider-Man Vigilante video trailer, and since then you've grown and done awesome cosplay. I really hope you see this comment. Well, I did see it. My question is, what made you start YouTube and how did you come to love Spider-Man? Well, I started YouTube simply because I kind of saw what other people were doing. It kind of happened a lot through Spider-Man. And, I saw people making Spider-Man costumes, some people who have actually become pretty good friends of mine today. And I saw them doing these costumes, and I was like, you know what? I can maybe do something like that. So I started making my Spider-Man costume, and then, I had a video camera, and I just kind of put two and two together, and then did my best to attempt doing YouTube videos, and then we got to where we are today. And how did I come, I think the second part of it was, how did I come to love Spider-Man? Well, I've loved Spider-Man basically as long as I can remember, but when it really started to kind of come to fruition and really have myself express my love for Spider-Man was around the same time of the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, just because I connected with Andrew Garfield's portrayal so just ridiculously much. And moving on to question number 2. This is from Ryan T. Inferno 1. What is your thought process while making a costume? Well, it tends to be kind of different going from costume to costume, but the one thing I find that is pretty consistent about costumes is I always have what I kind of call a key piece when I'm making something. For example, with my Captain America costume. When I made that, I was kind of like, I'll make it eventually, but then I went and I bought the plastic shield from Hot Topic, and I was like, okay, you know what, now I've got to finish this thing. So I got that shield, and I made the rest of the costume, and it all turned out incredible. And yeah, key pieces, that's what I find really can help drive a cosplay sometime, which will be what, kind of makes you want to finish it. And third question, from Odoraya Arinzi 3. I really need this question asked. Where did you make your custom suit? Well, my custom suit, both of them in fact, both my Custom Classic and the TASM 2 Hybrid, were both designed by ideas I had in my head, but then I went to Carl9149 over on therpf.com. I kind of gave him my ideas, and he helped with designing the suit. I would show him my concept pictures, tell him what I wanted, he would design that. I'd give my input if, if there was something I wanted changed, I would tell him, he would change it, and then we finally got to a point where, I was happy with it. I paid him for his services because, it's a pretty big deal designing a suit. And then for my TASM 2 Hybrid, I got that printed from fabricondemand.com, and then for my Custom Classic, it was printed and sewn by the RPC Studio. Alright, so David De La Torre 1 asks, hey Evan, big fan, do you have any advice for cosplay? Hope you answer. The biggest piece of advice I can give for cosplay is do what you love. The biggest problem I've always seen in the cosplay community is people saying, oh, you shouldn't do that cosplay because whatever reason, be it someone's too fat or too skinny or doesn't have the right hair color, doesn't have the right body type. All in the end though, it really doesn't matter because this is a hobby. Cosplay is, at the end of the day, a hobby, and we do it because we love it, because we want to be these characters. I mean, look at me, I cosplay Superman. I haven't brought it up recently. I have actually been considering bringing it back, but it's I'm not muscular by any means. My hair is brown and sticking up. Superman's is black and down kind of. but it doesn't matter because my love for that character, cosplaying that, is what makes it amazing. Okay, next up from Galaxie Studios 3, they ask, I have many questions. If you can answer any number of them if you want, that would be great. Yeah, I'm going to answer all of them. So, his first question, what's happening with SpiderMan Chronicles fan film? And Spider-Man the Chronicles idea, and also Vigilante, excuse me, it's still an idea I really want to do. The problem kind of falls into just not having the time. A lot of people who are involved with their original project either don't live here anymore, or they are just busy with their work and or school. So it's something that's always in the back of my mind. I'm constantly coming up with new ideas. It's a matter of timing and when I'll actually be able to film it that I'm not completely sure on. And second question from Galaxie Studios, what are your thoughts on the set photos of Tom Holland's new suit in Homecoming? I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to see how it actually looks on screen. Third question from Galaxie Studios, when do you think the TASM hybrid will be done? I'm not really sure. I kind of stopped working on it for a long time. I do want to bring it back. I want to make it actually happen. I want to try to make it happen hopefully sometime in 2017. And then what future Spidey cosplays do you have planned? At the moment, the stuff I'm thinking of doing is Superior Spider-Man, doing a new Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, a dye sub, and then potentially some sort of custom handmade, hand-sewn out of actual fabric Spider-Man suit, which I am currently researching potential design ideas on. And then final question from Galaxie Studios, will you cosplay PS4 Spider-Man and your thoughts on the trailer? I might. I've been saying for a very long time, I love the design of the suit. I think it's very, very cool. It kind of has elements of every Spidey, especially the movie Spideys that have come, and, you know, including Tom Holland's. It's just, I want to see what the story of the game is. I want to see how the game is. I want to see the story behind the suit before I actually decide to start cosplaying it. Ninjaman6161 says, are you going for the Andrew Garfield look with your hair? If so, it doesn't work, man. You should use some type of hair product. Either way, your hair looks like you just blow-dried it up, lol. Funny fact is, my hair actually is just kind of blow-dried up. I think that's proper grammar. Basically, what happened with my hair was, originally I did kind of think, oh yeah, you know, I want to go for something along the lines of the Andrew Garfield hair look. But I never intended to directly copy his hairstyle. What kind of wound up happening was me just kind of combing my hair back, combing it up, and at this point I don't put anything in my hair really. My hair naturally stays up like this. The way I know it's getting too long is when it starts to kind of droop down a bit. But yeah, my hair does this naturally, and I kind of took the idea of Andrew Garfield's hair and just kind of turned it into my own thing. Next up, I'm going to answer these ones next. From George Hernan3, couple of questions. But the first one, pretty important one, is, this is pretty off topic, but your last name is Jung. Where are you from? Nationality. And it's not off topic at all. This is actually something I get asked quite a bit. It's because my last name is not pronounced phonetically. It is not pronounced Jung. And why is that? Because my last name is actually German. My dad's side of the family comes from Germany, so little language lesson here. Jung is actually the German word for young. So yeah, if you want to pronounce my last name, I've gotten used to it, but I don't really like it when people say Jung. I either prefer it when people say, how it's supposed to be pronounced, Jung, or, I am happy to settle for people calling me Evan Young. And then, let's see, second question from George. If you were to be Spider-Man in real life, which suit would you prefer to wear? I would most likely wear the Vigilante costume from the first Amazing Spider-Man film. And why is that? Because I do not have the skills to create my own full-on spandex Spider-Man costume, so I'd be like, screw it, I am wearing a jacket, I am wearing a mask with sunglasses, and yeah. Because, if I was Spider-Man, I don't think I'd really want to, order a dye sub from somewhere, because then that person could be like, hey, this person running around, we got a costume, we got a dye sub ordered, a couple months back. Let's go track that down, and then they'd figure out I was Spider-Man, and the jig would be up. Next question from George. Are you a committed DC fan, Marvel fan, or both? I personally love both. I don't really see the point in hating on one, hating one over the other, because at the end of the day, it's comics, they're superheroes, they're all awesome, and I prefer to love both sides. And let's see, next question from George. Do you have a girlfriend? You don't have to answer if it's too personal. It's a little personal, but I will be happy to say I have a girlfriend. She is lovely. If you want to check out her Instagram page, it's Lost in a Cosplay over on Instagram, like I just said. And yeah, we've been together almost 2 years at the time of filming this. I know, haven't gotten her on to be in a YouTube video yet. She sometimes says she doesn't want to be in them, but you know what? Maybe one day I will actually get her into one of these. And let's see, final question from George. Aside from Spider-Man, who in the DC universe is your favorite character? I'm assuming you might have meant aside from Superman because he said DC, but yeah, aside from Superman, I'm just going to take it as Superman, my favorite character in the DC universe would be The Flash. And the last pre-selected question, we got Ian Kozik 1. He says, can you rate your favorite Spider-Man movies from your favorite to least favorite? And of course, so, number 1, we have The Amazing Spider-Man 1, no real surprise there. Second up, the Civil War Spider-Man scenes, because I'm going to say those count. Number 3 would be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 4, Spider-Man 2. Number 5, stay with me here, is Spider-Man 3. And number 6 is Spider-Man 1. And yes, I know I like Spider-Man 3 more than I like Spider-Man 1. And why is that? Because really it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's got its moments, it's still a great story, it closes off, you know, the Sam Raimi trilogy. It did have a nice close to it. And yeah, I know there are some weird things like Emo Peter and just some of the dialogue is really awkward at times, but overall, it's still a great movie. It's a great Spider-Man movie. It was part of my childhood, and yeah, I love it just as much as all the other movies. Alright, and now that we have finished the pre-selected questions, gonna move on to answering some of the other random ones from you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer here for 10 minutes, and yeah, I'm going to not go over that. So, timer has begun. So, the first question I will answer. Alright, we have it from Luke1 with a capital K. Are you still working on your TASM hybrid suit? And if so, can you make a video on it? Thanks. Like I said before, I am planning to work on it, and yeah, basically I will intend to finish it, and I will make some videos on it once, you know, the process moves along with that again. And next one, let's see, we'll go with this one. We've got it from Tails and Clank Fan 4. Will you be doing a suit tutorial on the new Tom Holland Spider-Man costume? Yes, I probably will be. You know, for those of you who follow my Facebook and Instagram pages, you know that I have in fact gotten my new, my Tom Holland Civil War suit from Zentai Zone actually, and yes, I will be doing a video on that soon. I have some really cool ideas that I hope will work out for it, and yeah, I will be hopefully updating you guys on that as soon as I can. Okay, here we go. Question number 3, and I'm going to open my phone. Oko1 says, why are you so hot? Am I? Well, genetics, I guess. And next question, we will have... Okay, once again, Luke 2, hey, you're getting lucky there, Luke. So, what got you into making your first Spider-Man suit? Like I said before, or I don't know if I said it before, it's basically, I saw the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, then saw a couple of people online making Spider-Man costumes, and I thought, you know what? I can do that too. And then I went ahead and did it. Alright, let's get another question going here. We have... Alright, cool. Life Nico Colo 2 says, I'm about to make an Amazing Spider-Man costume that you did, I'm guessing like you did in that series 3 years ago. Any tips for me? My biggest tips I can give is if you're doing the puffy paint, take your time and practice before you do it. Because puffy painting is tough. Like, you have to learn how to, like, you know, get the right amount going out of the nozzle so you don't splatter too much. You have to make sure you shake it down so you don't get air bubbles or anything like that, because air bubbles can splatter onto the suit and ruin how it looks. Well, not ruin how it looks, just make a big paint splatter and be very difficult to clean up and work around. But yeah, my biggest tip I can give you is get some bottles of puff paint, get just a piece of cloth, and practice until you can know how to get a very steady stream out and good flow. Get another question going here. Alright, from Jack Kendall 1 says, congrats on 10k subs. My question is, are you ever going to make more cosplay tutorials slash build videos like the SpiderMan project videos? Yes, I definitely plan on making more of those, and I will also be making some on my newer cosplays to come, such as my Flash costume or my upgraded Daredevil. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with one more question. And keep in mind, after this question, all of the ones that were submitted on YouTube have been answered. They will be going up on my Facebook page, and you can view them all there with a link in the description down below. Alright, so who will be the lucky one? We're gonna go with this one. Alright, good question. So, Deadpool the Awesome 4 asks, my question is, what are your thoughts on season 2 of The Flash? What are your thoughts on Zoom, and what are your thoughts about Godspeed, the new villain for Season 3? Well, Godspeed isn't the villain for Season 3. I know it's kind of Alchemy and the Rival and one other speedster whose name I can't remember. But yeah, so far, now that Season 3 of The Flash is 2 episodes in, I'm thinking it's fantastic. Alchemy seems like he could be a very cool villain, lots of potential there with him. The Rival has been pretty cool so far. I really do hope he makes his way into more episodes in the future. As for Zoom, I absolutely loved what they did with Zoom. Spoilers here, when he was revealed to be Jay, it was one of the... Like, at first I was like, oh god, that's a dumb twist, and then it wound up being absolutely incredible. And now, when I actually watch Season 2 all the way through, in the beginning episodes before Zoom is revealed, with that knowledge that he is actually the villain, I hate him. It's so great because you look at him and you know it's this guy tricking Flash and the entire team, and it was just, they did such a great job with Season 2, and I'm hoping Season 3 is just as good as the first 2 seasons of Flash. Anyways guys, that is the Q&A. Thank you all for your questions. I love talking with you guys like this, even if I'm not the best at responding sometimes. What else is there? More videos coming soon. I would love to try to get into, there was actually a question in there that I didn't get to answer, which was, would I ever consider doing daily or weekly videos? Probably not daily videos because I do have a full-time job, but weekly videos is something I would love to do. I would love to try to do it. I've got a new computer, so hopefully I can get an editing program on that soon and like actually, you know, start being able to do videos from my room again instead of having to go into the kitchen and using my parents' computer. But yeah, like I said, more videos are coming soon. In fact, I think I'm going to give you guys a little preview of the next one to come. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. Remember to stay frosty, and I'll see you guys next time.